even realize it. Think about how your day started today. You woke up, and within the first 60 seconds, you reached for your phone. You opened an app, and you began to scroll. Within 5 minutes, your brain was flooded with more information, dopamine, and stimulation than your ancestors experienced in an entire week. Later in the day, you sit down at your desk. You tell yourself, today is the day I get to work. Today I am going to study, build my project, and finally change my life. But just 5 minutes into the task, a strange feeling hits you. It's an overwhelming wave of boredom, restlessness, and mental resistance. Your mind screams for a distraction. You think, I'll just check my notifications for 1 minute. That 1 minute turns into 30, then into an hour, and before you know it, another day is gone, and you are trapped in the exact same loop of laziness and regret. You feel guilty. You blame your lack of willpower. You tell yourself that you are just naturally lazy or that you don't have enough motivation. But I am here to tell you that you are wrong. You do not lack willpower, and you are not naturally lazy. The real problem is much more deeply rooted in your biology. The truth is, your dopamine receptors are completely fried. To understand why this happens, we have to look at how human biology evolved. Dopamine is not actually the molecule of pleasure. It is the molecule of anticipation, motivation, and craving. It is the chemical reward system that drives you to seek out things that sustain survival. Thousands of years ago, if a human wanted a hit of dopamine, they had to work for it. They had to spend hours tracking an animal, foraging for wild berries, or building a shelter. Dopamine was scarce, hard-earned, and deeply connected to physical effort. Because of this, the human brain evolved to highly value low-stimulation, high-effort rewards. But look at the world we live in today. We have decoupled dopamine from effort. We have engineered an environment where you can get massive, unnatural spikes of dopamine in milliseconds, completely for free. You don't need to hunt. You can order high-calorie, sugary junk food directly to your door with 2 clicks. You don't need to socialize or build complex relationships. You can get a rush of validation from likes on a photo. You don't need to explore or achieve anything difficult in the real world. You can achieve artificial victories in a video game or sit back and scroll through short-form videos for 6 hours straight. When you flood your brain with this cheap, instant, high-stimulation dopamine day after day, something dangerous happens to your neural pathways. Your brain adapts by lowering its sensitivity. It essentially downregulates your dopamine receptors to protect itself from overstimulation. This is what we call tolerance. Once your tolerance is high, normal, everyday tasks that require deep focus and patience start to feel like psychological torture. Reading a book, working out at the gym, writing a script, or studying for an exam cannot compete with the hyper-stimulating rush of a modern smartphone. Your brain looks at the hard task, then looks at the easy digital distraction, and makes a logical biological choice. It refuses to do the hard work because it knows it can get a massive reward elsewhere with zero effort. You are not lazy. You are just chemically addicted to convenience. If you want to break free from this trap, you cannot rely on temporary bursts of motivation. Motivation is an emotion, and emotions fade when you get tired. Instead, you need to systemically lower your baseline of stimulation. You need to reset your brain, and the most effective way to do that is through a strict 24-hour dopamine detox. Think of this detox as a hard reboot for your mind. For exactly 24 hours, you are going to remove all the artificial, hyper-stimulating inputs from your life. By deliberately embracing boredom, you will force your brain to recalibrate its chemical baseline. To make this work, you must follow 4 strict, non-negotiable rules for 1 full day. Rule number 1. Absolutely no digital screens. This means your smartphone stays turned off and placed in another room. No laptops, no tablets, no television, and absolutely no video games. Your digital life ceases to exist for 24 hours. Rule number 2. No internet, no social media, and no streaming platforms. You cannot check the news, you cannot respond to messages, and you cannot watch a quick video. You are completely disconnecting from the global network. Rule number 3. No junk food, processed sugar, or artificial stimulants. This includes fast food, candy, energy drinks, soda, and even caffeine. You will drink only water and eat plain, simple meals. You are giving your gut and your brain a break from chemical spikes. Rule number 4. No music or podcasts. Music is highly stimulating to the brain. For this one day, you need to exist in absolute silence. At this point, you might be asking, if I can't do any of those things, what am I supposed to do for 24 hours? The answer is simple. You are going to embrace the stillness. You can sit in a room and meditate. You can take a notebook and a pen and spend hours journaling your thoughts, your fears, and your goals. You can go for a long walk outside in nature, completely alone with your own mind, without headphones. You can read a physical, printed book. The first few hours of this detox will feel brutal. Your mind will feel restless. Your hand will subconsciously reach for your pocket looking for a phone that isn't there. You will feel an intense urge to escape the silence because your brain is starving for its usual hit of cheap dopamine. It will try to convince you that this is a waste of time. But if you have the discipline to push past the 5-hour mark, something incredible begins to happen. The internal noise starts to fade. Your thoughts become sharp, clear, and organized. Your attention span begins to return. When you strip away all the artificial noise of the modern world, you are left face to face with yourself. You begin to see your life clearly, without the fog of digital distraction. When you successfully complete these 24 hours and step into the next day, you will notice a profound shift. The tasks that felt impossibly boring the day before, like sitting down to study or working on your goals, will suddenly feel engaging. You will find it easier to focus, easier to start, and easier to sustain deep work. You didn't magically gain a superpower. You simply cleaned your windshield so you can finally see the road. The question is not whether this process works. The science is clear, and the results are undeniable. The real question is, are you strong enough to actually do it? Are you willing to sacrifice 24 hours of cheap pleasure to reclaim control over the rest of your life? If you are ready to take this challenge and stop letting algorithms control your mind, leave a comment below saying Day 1. Let the world know you are stepping up. Welcome to the Mindset Academy. If you want to build unbreakable discipline, master your mind, and unlock your true potential, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Your transformation starts now. See you in the next session.